So right now, it seems like everyone in the world is trying to find a way to do this.
Don't touch your face. We don't need another corona case. Just keep your hands in your personal space. And don't touch your face. Don't touch your face.
Okay, messaging we've heard, right? That's Australian comedian Martin Ingle reminding us we need to stop touching our face. But have you noticed it's really, really hard to do? Joining me now to explain why and, more importantly, how to stop is clinical psychologist Vivien Lee. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Hi, Lindsey. It's lovely to meet you from a social distance.
That's right, and that's what we are practicing here. I have to tell you, I really started to notice how many times I touch my face in really like a 10-minute period. Why do we touch our faces so often?
Well, I think for most of us, it's habit, right? So there was a study out of the UK a few years ago that found, on average, people touch their faces about 23 times an hour. So we just do it. We have an itch, we scratch it. You know, we're thinking about something. We might rub our chin. For most of us, it's just an automatic habit. For some people, when they're stressed, they may, kind of rub their temples or do something with their face. And for a few, it can be a compulsive behavior. So it's when they're stressed or they just feel this need to either like rub or pick at their skin.
Is it possible that, when you're told not to do something, you end up doing it even more? Do you think that could be playing into this scenario right now?
Well, it seems like a paradox, right? So then we're like, no, I'm not supposed to touch my face, and I keep doing it. I think it's not so much that we're doing it more. I think that when something has been brought to our attention, we start to notice it more. So we have this increased awareness, as well as, it is a stressful time. So people who might, touch their face when they're stressed may be doing it a bit more.
You have some tips, though, for us to help us stop touching our face so often. There are 3 steps, I'm told: awareness, mindfulness, and substitute a better behavior. So walk us through some of these tips.
So the first step, of course, is awareness, because if you don't know you're doing it, it's hard to stop something you don't know you're doing. But again, it's so automatic, we don't notice it. So we might have to play around to figure out how much we're doing it. So maybe if you're living with someone, they can point out to you when you do it. Or if you have some clean gloves, maybe you can wear them around the house for a little while, because then you'll notice more when you go to touch your face. Or maybe putting some strongly scented lotion on, so that when you do go to touch your face, then you're more aware because you can smell it. Second step is mindfulness. So mindfulness is really about being present with your body sensations and your emotions. And this is much easier said than done, because if I have an itch on my face, it's natural for me to want to scratch it. However, if we just kind of sit with it, often that sensation goes away. Now, of course, this can be really difficult because it's our automatic reaction. So if you notice a sensation, an itch on your face, or you want to rub your nose, just try to sit with it, right? Just try to notice the itch. What are you feeling inside? Try to breathe, keep breathing, and it will likely pass at some point, as long as we're not getting too worked up about not scratching it. And if you can't do that, what we can try to do is distract yourself or substitute a better behavior. So it's like when someone says, don't think about pink elephants. And you think, don't think pink elephants, don't think about pink elephants. And all you're doing is think about pink elephants.
Of course.
So it's much easier to find something better to do than to just tell yourself, stop it, stop it, stop it, because then all you're doing is thinking about it. So for you, for anyone who it's maybe it's an automatic reaction when you're stressed, maybe you get up and stretch. Maybe you have a drink of water. Maybe you do something with your hands, give yourself a bit of a hand massage. Something where for now, we don't want to be touching our face because it can have very negative consequences. But it's okay if you're noticing it and you want to do it because it's a natural reaction and we're getting more stressed because there are potentially very negative consequences. That's okay. Just be kind to yourself. Notice it, and if you can't just let it pass, try to find something better to do.
Those are some great tips, Vivien. Thanks so much for joining us here on this show today. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.